Welcome to the Maryland Rural Enterprise Development Center's podcast series, Dream, Plan, Implement for Business Success. This series features educational programming and information on developing new rural food, farm, and forest and community enterprises in Maryland. The center provides resources and support for business development and marketing to rural entrepreneurs, processors, and new and next-generation farmers. My name is Ginger Myers, and I'm the Regional Marketing Specialist for Agriculture and Natural Resources with the University of Maryland Cooperative Extension. While I specialize in marketing, I also work closely with entrepreneurs in business development. Today I'd like to discuss the pros and cons of purchasing an existing business. Buying an ongoing business can be a great investment and a fine way to become an entrepreneur, but beware, better look before you leap. Jim and Sherry were attending a dairy field day when they were approached by a small on-farm cheese processor who lived about 2 hours from their farm. He took them aside and told them his cheese-making business was for sale. He said he was selling it due to family stress and a lack of available labor to help with marketing and distribution. He said he had decided to talk with several producers at the field day that he thought might be interested in adding a value-added enterprise to their operation. He was only asking $150,000 for the entire business, including all the cheese-making equipment, his customer list, and his contacts with local, state, and federal regulators. That evening, Jim and Sherry discussed the man's proposition with their son Dan. Dan wanted to join the family dairy business, and they had been looking for additional income patching opportunities to make his move possible. Buying an existing business with its immediate revenue, inventory, operating equipment, and known sales records can be a fine way to get into a new business. Thinking they were driving a hard bargain, Jim called and offered the owner $120,000 for the business. Jim's next call was to his banker to start the process of securing a loan for their purchase using their existing operation for collateral. The loan officer recommended that the bank's business appraiser take a look at the business first and then consider an offer based on the enterprise's books and records. The appraiser talked with Jim and Sherry and Dan about their business and family goals. Then he interviewed the seller, visited the operation, inspected the equipment, and reviewed the company's finances. Based on his findings, the bank valued the business at $85,000. Also, the business wasn't generating enough profit to support even one full-time employee. Jim immediately called the business owner and rescinded his offer. Fortunately, Jim and Sherry's lender provided a valuable service in appraising the business's worth. If you are considering purchasing a business, your lender, a trusted business associate, or you yourself needs to perform a thorough analysis of the business's true self-worth. Here are several steps to follow when buying a business. First, develop your plan for this new business. Does this business match your personal and financial objectives? What do you expect from this business? What are you willing to risk, and how much time can you devote to learning and running this business? Second, consider the contact source for the business being offered. Is it reliable? Can you locate businesses for sale through a broker, industry support, or other service providers? Third, go visit the business seller. Ask to see the financial statements, a list of customers, prices, ask the reason for selling, and check the existing product inventory. Next, review the facility closely. Is the equipment in good shape, or will considerable capital investment be needed to keep the business running? Are there legal actions pending against the present operation, and is there a business lease or mortgage on the property? Sixth, if an agreement is reached, have an attorney draw up the sales agreement and research state records for any liens on the property for failure to pay debts. Finally, before signing a sales contract, the seller should present a final inventory count of assets, including all the inventory. But careful analysis of exactly what you're buying makes it known that no one buys someone else's business problems. For more information on rural business development or assistance in market planning and development, please contact me at the Western Maryland Research and Education Center at 301-432-2767, extension 338. Again, that's the Western Maryland Research and Education Center at 301-432-2767, extension 338. Thanks for listening, and please return again to the Maryland Rural Enterprise Development Center site for more timely information on rural business development opportunities.